Good day. Welcome to GE 6114, Mathematics in the Modern World. For week 8, our topic is data management. Objectives. At the end of this module, you are expected to 1. Use a variety of statistical tools to process and manage numerical data. Number 2. Apply the measures of central tendency, dispersion, and relative position in a given certain conditions. Number 3, advocate the use of statistical data in making important decisions. A data set refers to a collection of numbers or values that relate to a particular subject. For example, the test scores of each student in a particular class is an example of a data set. The number of fish eaten by each dolphin at an aquarium is also an example of a data set. Another example is the age of all the students taking mathematics in the modern world. That is an example of a data set. A data set, there is what we call elements. And for the test scores of students, the elements of the data set are 89, 100, 89, 95, 64, 94, and 92. And for the fish eaten per dolphin, the elements of the data set are 10, 12, 10, 8, 20, 10, 15, and 18. Data management refers to an administrative process by which the required data is acquired, validated, stored, protected, and processed, and by which its accessibility, reliability, and timeliness is ensured to satisfy the needs of the data users. In this module, datasets and how to use the operations of mean, median, and mode to manipulate the data is the one to be discussed. A measure of central tendency is a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the central position within that set of data. It means that measure of central tendency is a type of descriptive statistics wherein we use these measures or values to describe a given set of data. Also, measures of central tendency is also called measures of central location and sometimes tagged as summary statistics. The mean, or often called the average, is most likely the measure of central tendency that you are most familiar with. But there are also others such as the median and the mode. The mean, median, and mode are all valid measures of central tendency. But under different conditions, some measures of central tendency become more appropriate to use than the others. There are situations and problems wherein mean is more appropriate to use than median and mode. But there are also situations wherein the median and the mode are more appropriate than using mean. One example is when we use a Likert scale in gathering or in collecting information for a given data set. In that case, median and mode are more appropriate than using mean, since the level of data in that particular situation using Likert scale is ordinal data, and ordinal data can be described only using median and mode. Mean refers to the sum of the numbers divided by n, while median refers to the middle number if n is odd for a ranked order list of numbers or the mean of the two middle numbers if n is even. It means that the value of the median varies depending on the number of elements in a given data set. If the number of elements in the given data set is odd, then the median is the middle number if the elements are arranged from lowest to highest or in increasing order. So if we're going to arrange the elements of the data set in increasing order from lowest to highest, the middle number is the median if the number of the elements is odd. While if the number of the elements is even, the two middle numbers divided by 2 is the median. Mode refers to the number that occurs most frequently in a list of numbers. It means that the element that occurs the most frequent, that is the value of the mode. However, mode can be 1, 2, 3, or 4 values. It is possible also that there is no mode in a given data set. but it is impossible that all the data or all the elements in the data set is or are mode. Arithmetic mean is a type of mean. It is the total of the sum of all values in a collection of numbers divided by the number of numbers in a collection. It is calculated in the following way. Arithmetic mean is equal to x sub 1 plus x sub 2 up to x sub n divided by n, wherein x sub 1, x sub 2, and x sub n are the elements of the data set, and n is the total number of elements in the given data set. Example, compute the mean of the first 6 odd natural numbers. When we say natural numbers, these are counting numbers. So the first 6 odd natural numbers are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 11. So to calculate the arithmetic mean, we have to add all the elements of the data set, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11, divided by the total number of data set, which is 6, or the total number of the elements in the given data set. So 36 divided by 6, we have 6. Thus, the arithmetic mean is 6. Now, weighted mean. The formula for the weighted mean of the n numbers, x sub 1, x sub 2, x sub 3, up to x sub n, is given by the summation of x times w divided by the summation of w, wherein the summation of x times w is the sum of the products formed by multiplying each number by its assigned weight, and the summation of w is the sum of all the weights. Example, Alex usually eats lunch 7 times a week, but some weeks only gets 1, 2, or 5 lunches. Alex had lunch on 2 weeks, only 1 lunch for the whole week. On 14 weeks, 2 lunches each week. On 8 weeks, 5 lunches each week. On 32 weeks, 7 lunches each week. What is the mean number of lunches Alex has each week? Now, use weeks as the weighting. Weeks times lunches is equal to the quantity of 2 times 1 plus 14 times 2 plus 8 times 5 plus 32 times 7 is equal to 2 plus 28 plus 40 plus 224 is equal to 294. This is the summation of W times X. Also, add up the weeks. Weeks is equal to 2 plus 14 plus 8 plus 32 is equal to 56. So this is the summation of W. I repeat, this is the summation of W times X, and this is the summation of W. Now, to determine the weighted mean, we have to divide the summation of W times X by the summation of W, which is 56. So the weighted mean is equal to 294 divided by 56 is equal to 5.25. And if we plot this into the number line, it will look like this. And the location of the weighted mean is represented by the yellow arrow. Okay, another solution is what we call tabular solution. So we have 3 columns here. The first column is the weight, or the W. Second column is the lunches, or the X variable. And the third column is the product of W and X, or the WX. Now, for the number of weight, we have the W, we have the values 2, 14, 8, and 32. And for the variable X, we have the values 1, 2, 5, and 7. And then the product of W and X, we have to multiply each cell of W and X, and we're going to get the product of W and X, which is, for example, in the first row, 2. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 14 is 28, 5 times 8 is 40, and 7 times 32 is 224. And afterwards, we have to get the summation of each column. So for the first column, the summation of W is 56, and the summation of WX is 294. So the symbol capital letter sigma means sum up, summation, or totality. Then, after getting the summation of WX and summation of W, we are now going to use the formula for the weighted mean. And the weighted mean is equal to 294 divided by 56 is equal to 5.25, which is the same value that we get from the previous solution. Median. The formula when n is odd is given by median is equal to n plus 1 over 2 observation. And when the n is even, median is equal to n over 2 observation plus n over 2 plus 1 observation divided by 2. Example. The Jameson family drove through 7 states on their summer vacation. Gasoline prices varied from state to state. What is the median gasoline price? So the prices of the gasoline from 7 states are $1.79, $1.61, $1.96, $2.09, $1.84, $1.75, and $2.11. So the first step in determining the median of the given data set is to arrange the data or the elements of the data set from lowest to highest or in increasing order. So we have to arrange first the elements of the data set from lowest to highest. So from that, the order becomes $1.61, $1.75, $1.79, $1.84, $1.96, $2.09, and $2.11. And since the value or the number of elements in the given data set is odd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is an odd number, it means that the middle number is the median of the data set. In this case, the middle number is $1.84. Hence, the median of the data set is $1.84. Using the formula on the previous example, median is equal to n plus 1 over 2 observation. I repeat, this formula is only used when the number of n or when the value of n is odd. In the previous example, n is 7. And we substitute 7 to n in the formula. We have median is equal to 7 plus 1 over 2 is equal to 8 over 2. And the result is 4th term. It means that the median is the 4th term in the arrangement of the elements of the dataset, provided that it should be arranged from lowest to highest. So in this case, the 4th term is $1.84, which is the same as the value of the median we calculated in the previous solution. Another example. During the first marking period, Nicole's math quiz scores were 90, 92, 93, 88, 95, 97, 87, and 98. What was the median quiz score? Again, the first step in the solution is to arrange the scores or the elements of the data set from lowest to highest or in increasing order. So in that case, we're going to start with 87, 88, 90, 92, 93, 95, 96, and 98. And if we're going to count the elements of the data set, there are 8 elements. Therefore, 8 is an even number. Hence, the 2 middle numbers are the median, provided we have to divide this by 2. So 92 plus 93 divided by 2 is 92.5. Now, if we use the formula given in determining the median when n is equal to even, we have n over 2 observation plus n over 2 plus 1 observation divided by 2. And let's substitute the value of n, which is 8. So 8 plus 2 plus 8 over 2 plus 1 over 2 is equal to 4. 4 plus 1 over 2. Hence, the median is the 4.5 term. 4.5 term is the middle of the 4th and the 5th term. And the 4th term is 92 and the 5th term is 93. Divided by 2, that is 92.5, which is the same result when we use this formula. Now, measures of dispersion. The first measure of dispersion is range. It refers to the difference between the greatest data value and the least data value in a given set of data values. Example, in a given data set with elements 4, 6, 9, 3, and 7, the lowest value is 3 and the highest is 9. The range is simply the difference between the highest data value minus the lowest data value. In this case, the highest data value is 9 and the lowest data value is 3. Hence, the range is 9 minus 3 is equal to 6.